Hello, this is Douglas Bloch. I'm an author and depression survivor. Welcome to Depression Recovery Channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. Normally, I post my videos on Monday, as those of you know who follow this channel, but today I'm doing something a little bit special. Today is Easter Sunday, and so I thought I'd bring you a special Easter message today, and the title of the video is called Why Easter is Special to Me. Why the Easter story is special to me. And for those of you who don't know the story, who may not be raised in the Christian faith, I have people watching from all around the world. It's the story of Jesus Christ, who was a great teacher, was unfortunately crucified, died, put into a tomb, and a few days later, when the disciples went to check out the tomb, he had risen from the dead. And you may ask, well, what does this have to do with us who are depressed? Well, when you get really severely depressed, it's a kind of death, isn't it? You feel dead in your body, dead to yourself, dead to the world. You can no longer enjoy life or feel connected to people. And the worst thing is, like death, it feels like it's done, like the period at the end of a circle, at the end of a sentence, excuse me. But those of us who have emerged from the other side know that there is actually life after depression. The dead self is resurrected. We can enjoy life again. We can connect with people. And in fact, at the end of one of my episodes, I suddenly felt the inspiration to write, to create, and out of me poured this book, Healing from Depression. So not only was I resurrected, I actually gave birth myself. Now the idea or the theme of death and rebirth is not just confined to the Christian faith. In Greek mythology, there's a story of Persephone and Ceres. Persephone was the daughter of Ceres, the mother goddess, and one day, Pluto, the god of the underworld, reached up and snatched her and dragged her into the underworld for many a day. Now, those of us who are depressed, have been depressed, again, it's like being in the underworld, isn't it? Just cut off from life. You know, there is no light, only darkness visible, said the poet Milton. But after a while, Pluto relented, and Persephone was allowed to come back above the earth 6 months out of the year. And the Greeks saw this as the idea of the alternation of the seasons, especially the idea of spring following winter, and it's interesting that Easter is celebrated at the beginning of spring. Then there's the story of Osiris, the Egyptian king who was dismembered. All of his parts were thrown to all ends of the earth. Eventually, through the help of his wife and sister Isis, he was reassembled, and he became king again, gave birth to the new king. Remember the story of Humpty Dumpty? All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Well, Osiris was got back together again. And that's what happens to us when we come out of depression. We're put back together again. All the pieces are resurrected, even though we didn't think it was possible. And finally, my favorite symbol of death and rebirth, resurrection, is the phoenix bird, the mythological bird who died and rose from its own ashes. And here is a symbol of it sent to me by one of our YouTube fans named Julie. Isn't this beautiful? I've shown this before. It shows, "From the ashes I rise." And it's really interesting that in the Middle Ages, medieval Christian writers started to use the phoenix bird for the symbol of death and resurrection. And this brings us right back to the Easter story of today. So this is why on this channel, because Easter is so special to me, because how many times have I died? How many times have I come back to life, depressed and hospitalized in 75, 76, 82, 83, 95, 96, 2015, 2016? You know, 4 times I resurrected. Not just me, so many people I've worked with have come back from the dead, like Lazarus. I mean, it's amazing the resilience that people have. So if you're depressed and watching this, if you're in the underworld, please, please do not give up. Do not give up hope. Because the Easter story of resurrection is your story. The Easter story of rebirth is your story. Just as day follows night, and just as the spring follows the winter, rebirth follows death. And it's because of this I ended my book, Healing from Depression, with these words of hope. It says as follows: if you're on the edge of the abyss, don't jump. If you're going through hell, don't stop. As long as you are breathing, there is hope. As long as day follows night, there is hope. Nothing stays the same forever. Set the intention to heal, reach out for support, and you will find help. And that is absolutely true. Everybody I've worked with who has reached out for support, who has hung in there, has found help and has gotten better. And that can be your story too. So remember, Easter, death, followed by resurrection. This has been Douglas Bloch. I hope you enjoyed this special message on Easter Day. I hope you liked it. If so, please give it a like. If you want to leave your comments, do so in the comments section, and you can email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. If you want to subscribe to this channel, just click on my photo. You'll be taken to the subscribe page where you click on the button. You'll be notified of all of our new videos. And if you'd like to contribute to this channel, just click on the link to Patreon, where you can learn for as little as $2 a month. You can become a sustaining member. And again, thank you for watching. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. And as they say in AA, don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. Thank you so much for watching.